I am someone that wakes up early. I am someone that goes to the gym. I am someone that does cardio. I am someone that does supplements. And I became that person. And that's what I tell people. You have to become the person you've always wanted to be. You're not just going to show up. You have to build yourself into that person.
Welcome to another episode of the JJ Velasquez Show. I'm your host, JJ Velasquez, and in today's episode, I got a special guest with me. He's the star of HGTV's Flipper Flop, Flipping 101, and now even the Flipping El Moussas. He's the author of the new book, Flip Your Life, How to Define Opportunity in Distress in Real Estate, Business, and Life. My friend, Tarek El Moussa.
What's up, JJ? How's it going, buddy?
What's going on, man? Good to have you here. Good to talk to you. Good to see you. Real quick, man, fill me in on like how the dad life's going, man, or the new dad life with the new little guy.
Yeah. The new dad life, man, everything's been good. I can't believe I have three kids, by the way. Shit, man, we've known each other for some time now, and you've kind of seen my journey of my highs and my lows. You've seen me in shape and out of shape. But happy to say, man, today, happier, healthier, more excited about life than I've ever been. I'm thriving. I am just so obsessed with my little boy. And I was so nervous, having a third child, right? Because it wasn't something I was expecting years ago, but man, it is such a different experience than I thought. I'm older, I'm calmer, I'm less stressed, I'm more present, we're more connected, and it's just so special having him.
That's awesome, man. It's just I'm kind of there with you too. It's just a new little motivation, that little kind of little guys looking around, watching and everything. But yeah, man, that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I mean, yeah, obviously I've known Tarek for a few years now. Back in the photography days, we were training at his house for a while too. And that's one thing I've always been really just inspired by is how you got it all done. You're always grinding in the business, the family, all that stuff. And of course, we see all that great success now. You got the great family, the great wife, the success. You're yeah, looking good, healthy and fit now. But I know it wasn't always like that, and
No,
that's what I want to talk about, man. So tell me about some of that stuff that you've overcame to get here.
man, people don't understand, life is war. Like I've been in war my entire life, and it is so difficult to climb that mountain, but anybody has the ability to climb that mountain. And the truth is, you just have to be able to endure pain. And with life, the more pain you can endure, the farther you can go. So if you put yourself in difficult situations and you accomplish that, next time around, you're going to do more difficult things and accomplish bigger things the next time around, even bigger. And that's how I got to where I got. I never went from A to Z. I went from A to B, B to C, C to D. So, my 20-year journey as an entrepreneur, it's been a rocky road, but at the end of the day, I never stopped believing that anything was possible. And the mindset is the most important thing when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Well, one is the mindset, and two is the action. Because if you have mindset with no action, you're not going anywhere. If you have action with no mindset, you might go somewhere, but not very far. So you got to have the right mindset, and you got to be able to take massive action.
Well, man, tell me about some of that mindset because I know, like, yeah, some of these obviously very public stuff with your own health. Tell me about some of that stuff that you've overcame that really took that strong mindset to get through, man.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, we all bullshit ourselves, man, and I'm a victim of doing it too. Everyone out there, they're looking for a better way. They're looking for a way to live a better life. They're looking to be happier. They're looking to make more money. And the truth is, JJ, we all know the answer of what to do. Okay? And we act like we don't know the answer. We're always searching for the answer. Well, I'm going to tell everybody the answer. If you do the shit you're supposed to do, you're going to win. Now, we just don't do that because everybody's looking for the shortcut. Everybody's looking for the better way. There is no shortcut. There is no better way. The way to find success, whether it's health, whether it's business, whether it's marriage, whether it's family, doesn't matter what it is by doing the same things every day until you become an expert at them. And it's about taking massive action. So an example of this is I hear people, you're in the fitness world. Oh, I want to lose weight. Oh, I have a slow metabolism, all this bullshit, right? Listen, I got no thyroid, okay? It's very simple math. Calories in, calories out, right? So I think for people, if they want to find success, they need to start being honest with themselves.
Yeah.
And I always go back to high school, right? Like I look at high school, 99% of people They worked the hardest they'll ever work in their life during high school. You take an adult today that wants to become an entrepreneur, that wants to be a house flipper. JJ, do you think they're up until 1, 2 in the morning studying how to flip houses? No. But in high school, if they had a final for their algebra test, do you think they were up until midnight? Yeah. Why? Well, because they needed to pass that grade,
Yeah.
right? When you're an adult, nobody's forcing you to do anything. So I always tell people, if you treat your life like high school, if you treat your business like high school, you're going to go further than you ever thought you could go.
Yeah, man, and I love that you said that. And I mean, I work with lots of guys too that, yeah, their excuse is, oh, I just went through this breakup, my divorce, COVID, all these excuses, But yeah, you're living proof that, like, hey, you went through all that same stuff yourself, divorce, cancers, breakups, and stuff. And what was the mindset you had to be able to push yourself out of that situation?
All right. Well, you know what? There's something that helped me I'm going to share with you. So, man, this was I was like rock bottom. This was, I think, 2017. It was probably a little less, probably 8, 9 months after my ex-wife had left me, and man, I was hurt real bad. I was real beat up. And I was driving home from work one day, and I'm driving up and down Newport Boulevard in Newport Beach, and I'm not going home. I'm just driving up and down. I'm crying, I'm screaming, I'm yelling. This isn't fair. That's not fair. Why did this happen to me? Blah blah. Like, imagine it, right? The scene, me screaming, "This isn't fair." And then this feeling of calm came over me, JJ, and then the word fair popped out. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Who said life's fair? Good shit or bad shit happens to great people every single day,
Yeah.
right? So life is not fair. So because life is not fair, what do you do about that? You do the best you can with what you got. You don't point the finger, you don't complain, you don't say it's not fair. You say, listen, this is what I got, and I'm going to use what I got. So I'm going to take what I have and I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, regardless if someone came from more money, if maybe if someone grew up in a better home, maybe they went to a better school. None of that shit matters because we can do the best that we can do.
And I see lots of people get that victim mindset. Oh, poor me. Like, why did this happen to me? Like, yeah, and that's never gonna pull you up. That's always gonna keep you down that same loop. But yeah, I agree with you, man. You have to just be able to just have a positive mindset and just take the situation for what it is, but just know that you're only stuck there if you stop. If you keep moving, you find a way, start surrounding yourself with different people, do whatever it takes, you can push yourself out of that situation.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the truth. I've gone pretty far in life, but every time I've started, I ended up going somewhere different than I thought I was going to go. So what most people don't understand is you just have to get started because the getting started is what opens the doors. It's what creates opportunities. It's what brings new connections and new friendships. Like most people, they just never start. So for me, I'm like, I don't care if you know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't matter. You want to go out there, you want to be a real estate investor. Starting today, you're going to tell people you're a real estate investor. You're going to start reading books, you're going to join a course, you're going to go to meetups, and you're going to start doing the things that a real estate investor does.
And you talk a lot about that in your book. And that's one thing that I really want people to understand. Even when I was reading your book and stuff, if we want to be successful, we have to learn from people that have done it. But one thing I heard about your success was that relentless work ethic. Tell me about some of that work ethic that actually the hours that you spent, what you were doing on a daily basis to start succeeding.
Yeah, listen, man. So I'll tell you. So listen, I got into real estate when I was 20 years old, and I grew up in Buena Park, California, from an immigrant family. My mom was a school teacher, my dad was an engineer. Like, there's no rich people around me, right? So I never knew what wealth was. I never knew how to make money. I never knew any of those things. So when I first got into the working world as a real estate agent, I did what everybody else did. I went to the office, I made flyers, I went to the water stand, we went outside on break, we talked like and guess what? We did nothing. We were at work all day, but we weren't working. So, I ended up going broke because I'm just going to an office all day waiting for something to happen. I ended up going to this free training event, and this guy speaking convinced me that I could do anything. Like he was incredible. So I signed up for one-on-one coaching back in 2003, JJ. It was $1,000 a month. And just so you understand my position, it was $1,000 a month. I had just broken up with my girlfriend. My mom rented out my bedroom because my parents got divorced. I couldn't afford rent, and I was living in her garage. I had to put the $1,000 a month on the credit card. No way I was going to be able to pay that. So what I did is I said, I'm going to do this. And I said, I'm going to give myself 90 days to change my life. That's it. You get 90 days. At the end of 90 days, you either did it and you won, or you're going back to school. Now, I thought I might get a deal or two within this 90 days. So what I did is I started cold calling expired listings, which is a house that was listed with a realtor. After the contract was up, it showed it was expired in the computer, and then other realtors can solicit it. So 90 days later, 20 years old, I made $120,000 selling houses.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mind blown, right? Like a kid. And this is an '03. Like 120 back then is like 400 grand today. Like it's just crazy to think. So then I learned, and by the way, when I was making these cold calls, I was not good. I was stuttering my words. I was messing up my script. I was reading the wrong lines. But guess what I did, JJ? I kept trying and I kept going. And you know what happens in life if you keep trying and keep going? Well, eventually you start getting better. So I went from being a 20-year-old kid, broke, living in his mom's garage. 90 days later, made 120,000. A couple weeks after that, I bought an almost $1 million house. So I tell people you can change your life fast if you're willing to put in the work. Most people think it takes all this time. Like I could literally show someone how to change their life within months.
Well, man, and you mentioned a couple of really big things right here. Number one, you invested in money you didn't have. You only these $1,000, this coaching program. But that's how you. One thing you said too, he helped you believe in yourself. You knew with the right guidance with the coach. I'm a big fan of coaches and mentors myself. That's what can take us to that next level. But also, man, you didn't have that $1,000. You put that in, and so you're like, I got to make this happen. 50 cold calls a day, 100 cold, whatever it was.
Way more.
With
Sorry,
that,
Jake. You asked about my schedule. No, bro, way more than that. I was doing 500
oh
calls a
damn,
day. Okay,
500.
so here's what I did. I'm going to tell you exactly how I made money. I didn't my goal was not to get listings. My goal was not even to make money. I had one goal. My one goal was to have 50 conversations a day. If I didn't have 50 conversations, I couldn't leave the office. So, and you asked about my hours. I never woke up early, but for the first time in my life, I started working from 7:30 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. 6 days a week. And that's how I made all that money. But the rule was I had to have 50 conversations. So most people, they'll cold call someone, they're like, screw you, F you, and they hang up and they're like, oh, I don't want to call anymore. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, me, I'm on 49 contacts. I call someone, they tell me to jump in front of a bus. I'm celebrating. Why am I celebrating, JJ?
Because you got that no. You got your numbers.
I hit my numbers. You see, the numbers is what mattered. It's not the result. It's not the money. It's the goal. The goal was to get yelled at 50 times. I can get yelled at 50 times all day long. So what happened was I kept taking that massive action and I changed my life. And then I took that same massive action, pitched TV shows, started my house flipping company. But we're talking about grinding. Here's the truth. As a CEO, as an entrepreneur, you got to do what you got to do when you got to do it. So an example of that is last November, I lost two COOs and I have like 9 different brands. So then I assumed their roles.
Yeah.
So until about a week ago, I've been working from 3:30 a.m. Until like 6 to 7 p.m. every single day for the last couple of months. People don't understand that. Like I'm not kidding when I say I start work at 3:30 in the morning and I'll end at 6:30 at night. Well, guess what? I put in a 15-hour day nonstop. And guess what? At 6:30, then I'm with my kids. I'm going to sports. We're playing handball. We're doing dinner. We're doing bedtime. So I'm literally running from 3:30 a.m. until 10:30 p.m. every single day.
Damn. And sometimes you got to realize that's just what it takes. If you want these goals, you say you want to accomplish this stuff. Well, how bad do you want it? What's your work ethic going to be like? How much are you willing to put in and sacrifice for this? Because yeah, if you really want that life, the family, the finances, that great life, you see these people that they don't want to hear that no, they don't want to hear that rejection, they don't want to make 10 calls, whatever it is. It's like sometimes you just gotta, like you said, that crazy work ethic and just put in the damn effort.
Yes, no, get excited about the no's, man. Like I'm serious, no bullshit. Get excited about the no's. When someone tells you no, like get excited about it. Want to know why? You got to get immune to that shit.
Yeah.
Because the no's mean nothing. You got to go through no's to get to a yes. And if anyone's listening to this podcast, I don't care if you sell insurance, I don't care if you sell fitness, I don't care if you sell real estate, stocks, it doesn't matter. If you're overwhelmed, if you're confused, if you don't know what to do, you want to change your life, I'm going to simplify it. Set a goal to talk to 30 potential clients a day. It's going to take you hours of work. But if you talk to 30 potential clients a day, I guarantee after 90 days, your life's going to look different.
Hell yeah. And like you
I
said, man, you might suck at stuff in the beginning. We all do. We all suck at everything we start off in the beginning, but how do we get better? By doing it over and over and over again until we succeed, you
Yeah,
know?
and you know what? Financial success is very, very similar to fitness success. And here's what I've realized. My entire life, JJ, bro, you know me. I played sports. I lifted weights. I've been in shape. I've been buff. I've been skinny. I've been it all. Or I've been fat, you know?
Yeah.
I never got the body I wanted. I still don't have it, but I'm getting closer because of what I've been learning.
Yeah.
But here's what I've learned. When it comes to fitness, if you really want that look, that physique, that the look, right? The lean body, the muscles, you can't do one of three things. You can't do three of four things. You have to do five of five things, meaning there are no shortcuts. Same with success. If you do four out of the five things to become wealthy, you're not going to be wealthy. You have to do all of them. In fitness, it's the diet, it's the supplements, it's the cardio, it's the weights, it's the lifestyle.
Well, man, I want to talk to you about that next because you've been open about your journey. You've shared it, the pictures of you being 60 pounds overweight, struggling with alcohol, depression, didn't want to take your shirt off. Like, how is actually taking care of your fitness and making it a priority in your life? I mean, how has that impacted all the areas of your life?
I got to be honest here, for people that, they know me, I was a chain smoking alcoholic for a lot of my life, right? And I'm healthy today. But it was November of
21.
2021.
Yeah.
It was November of 21. I got a brand deal and they sent me a scale and I had to promote the scale. So I stand on the scale and I got all these readings. And then I saw the readings, JJ. It said I was like 4 years older. It said my body fat was way too high. All my readings were off. I said, oh, hell no. And then I said, January 1st, I'm starting the gym. And you want to know what I did? I didn't start the gym January 1st. I started the next day. November, the very next day. And since then, I've only missed days because of like my broken arm or something like that. And this is why it's different this time, JJ. You've known me a long time. Before, it's always like, I want to get in shape.
Yeah.
I want to go on a diet. I want to look better. No, today, I live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the second I realized it's a lifestyle, I started finding the results. It's not a diet, it's not getting in shape. This is my life. I am someone that wakes up early. I am someone that goes to the gym. I am someone that does cardio. I am someone that does supplements. And I became that person. And that's what I tell people. You have to become the person you've always wanted to be. You're not just going to show up. You have to build yourself into that person.
Man, you said it so good. And yeah, that's exactly it. This is a lifestyle and it's something that we should never stop working on. And I mean, dude, you're crazy busy dad, entrepreneur, and I work with lots of these busy men too. Oh, I don't have enough time. Like, tell me about how, yeah, exactly. Talk to me about that of how you still fit it in. And, what do you say to those people that say that excuse that they don't have the time?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it right here. So here's another a big tip for everybody out there. The first thing that people should do is identify how much sleep they need a night. Step one. Then you work the math backwards. So how much sleep do I need a night? I need 5 hours of sleep. What does that leave me with? That leaves me with 19 hours a day. In 19 hours a day, can I be an entrepreneur? Yeah. Can I be a good husband? Yeah. Can I be a good father? Yeah. And can I fit in 1 hour out of 19 hours for the gym? Yeah. Of course I can. You see, there's no bullshit excuses from me.
Yeah.
Now, if I was, sleeping 9 hours, well, I wouldn't be able to do it, right? So these are all excuses. If my ass can wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and no, I am not a morning person, but if I can wake up at 3:30 in the morning, anybody can do it. But the reason I do it is because I want it. You have to want it. You have to visualize what is your life going to look like in a year if you start now. And JJ, I'm going to give you one other tip that really helped me. Week one of me starting this new lifestyle, I started studying how does your body change after 90 days of lifting weights? How does your body change after 12 months of lifting weights? How does your body change after 2 years? And get excited about what's to come. Get excited about what you're building towards and get excited about the future.
And I gotta say, you look lean now. You look healthy now. You don't look like, dude. It's just, it's obviously paid off. And I see Heather's, had a great transformation with her journey after the baby and stuff. And I just feel like when we kind of lead and set that example, it like, yeah, it's a whole family thing. Now your whole family is going to be fit, active, healthy, and I'm sure being through cancer and surviving all that stuff. Seeing what almost the worst side of health was like to now, it's just like completely 180 of where your health and fitness has been and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a two-time cancer survivor. I've struggled with mental health. Like, I've gone through hell in my life. But the truth is, if I didn't go through everything I went through, I wouldn't have the gratitude I have today. I wouldn't have the appreciation for life. Like, if I never experienced all this pain,
Yeah.
there's no way I would be doing as well as I'm doing because today, listen, something goes bad, I'm like, shit, that's a walk in the park compared to what I've been through.
Yeah. Well, what is it now? Like you've had all this success and stuff. What is it now that really motivates you just to want to keep going and keep doing more?
Man, I've been saying this for a long time. I hate being told no. I hate all the bullshit out in our society today, preventing people from accomplishing and chasing their dreams and becoming successful for all the noise. So I am here for one reason. I'm going to prove to this planet that anything's possible. That's it. I am never going to stop climbing because when I leave this planet, I want the world to say, shit, if that guy can do it, I can do it.
Well, man, and that's one thing that I've learned, just even hearing I got your book on Audible too, because I was really able to listen to it that way. And too, and yeah, one thing that it just was really inspiring is to see how far you've came, all the obstacles you've overcame, but the work ethic and everything that you have in life is because of all that stuff, the hard work, the action taking, and everything that kind of learned along the way.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I was thinking about it this morning, man. I have so much to share.
Yeah.
If there's someone out there that's a parent, and honestly, if you're a bad dad, if you're a bad mom, if you feel like shit about it, if you don't have a good relationship with your kids, guess what? You can fix it. I did it.
Yeah, I
I was
did.
the guy that didn't have a good relationship with my kids. I wasn't connected. I was overwhelmed and stressed and fighting cancer. Today, my babies are my best friends, JJ. I mean, my babies, we spent the whole day at Disneyland yesterday. And here's the trick. If you're having a hard time with your kids or relationships, shut your mouth, support them, spend time with them. One on one, 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day is all it takes.
I love that, man. And yeah, it's just crazy to see because I didn't know that. I didn't know that you didn't have ever since I've known you, I've always seen a great relationship with your kids. I didn't know that you once struggled that with all that stuff, and you completely changed it all.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
flip my life, buddy. I did.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of to end it here too. One thing that I do want to mention is, it's funny because you say this in the end of your book as well, but I want to share this quick personal story. So about 5 years ago, I was kind of at my rock bottom, going through a breakup, broker than I've ever been, didn't know what I wanted to do, and I barely knew Tarek at that time, and he just reached out to me. I don't know if he saw some post I was making or what, but he sent me this motivational video of him and everything he had overcome, and after just watching that, I knew that, hey, it would be all right, having that support and seeing someone that's gone through all this shit and completely transform his life. I never knew why he sent me that video or why he reached out until I read his book. And one of the last lines about meaning and purpose, that's exactly what he talks about. He's here to motivate others and to help them believe in themselves. And that's exactly what he did with me to that video. And when I read his book, it kind of came full circle. And I was like, man, that's why he did this. And I know he's gonna help thousands of others, with his book. And if you guys haven't checked it out, you need to check it out. Flip your life. Tark, man, any last words?
Yeah, I got a question for you, JJ. Would
Yeah,
you agree that the key to success in fitness is doing the same things every day over and over and over?
of course, exactly. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. You can't do the fad diets. You can't do these quick fixes. You can't do none of this short-term shit. It's like it's got to be a lifestyle, like you said. So find workouts that you enjoy, find nutrition stuff that you can eat, learn how much to eat, learn healthy foods that you like. You don't got to be eating fish and broccoli. Like I don't even eat that stuff.
Well, no, I don't need that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Good food, man. I eat good food, high protein, low carb, solid food. But the reason I asked that question is because it's the same thing when making money.
mm,
If you want to make money, you got to do the same things every day for a long period of time. And most people, they jump around, always looking for the next opportunity. That's not how it works. And you can't do, can't lift weights one day, go on a bicycle one day, go do sit-ups one day, push-ups one day, yoga one day. You're never gonna be look like a bodybuilder doing yoga and riding bikes, right? So I guess what I'm saying is you have to do the things you're supposed to do to get the results you're trying to get.
And you said one thing, and one thing I always say too on this podcast is that life gets better when you do. And like, of course, we're talking about all the doing, all the action steps, all the relentless effort and work ethic. But talk to me real quick about that personal development of actually growing yourself so you can have that mindset, or so you can have, so you can actually take these actions and do what you need to do to be successful.
Yeah, listen, man, it took a lot of work to build me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't, like I said, I did not wake up like this. This is years and years of me looking in the mirror, unhappy with who I am, saying, I want to be better. Every single day, I want to be better. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better entrepreneur. I want to be a better human. So if every single day we're trying to get better and we're literally conscious about getting better, we're gonna get better.
Yeah. Well. So fill me in, man. What's a goal you're working on right now? What's something new that you're working on right now?
Man, so many things, so excited about, my flagship company, TEM Capital, private equity real estate syndication. We just wrapped up raising on a 39-story high-rise development in Fort Lauderdale. We're looking at a 220 unit building in Texas tomorrow. I'm flying to Texas. But yeah, partnering with accredited investors to buy commercial real estate at TM Capital, teaching people how to flip houses over at Homeschooled, still filming my show, The Flipping El Mousas. Target buys houses. We're scaling across the country right now. I have a real estate team called The Agency. I got about 1,500 agents. We have a solar company now. It's a green energy company called Soar Energy.
Yeah.
So just a whole bunch of good stuff.
Well, man, and I love that. And this is one thing that I kind of my last takeaway too. It's like we've known each other for a few years, and even from when I first met you compared to now, like I've seen you just do more and more and more, and the next goal and the next goal. And it's like these are the friends, these are the people we need to surround ourselves with that to inspire us, to motivate us, but also to pull us up and help us do more in life. If we're hanging around losers, people that bring us down, people that hold us back, what do you think is going to happen to us?
Yeah, I got
And that's
something.
why I ask you, because I'm like, damn, what's next? What's going on next year? What are we working? Because that's who we need to surround ourselves with,
I got to say something. The most important thing is who you surround yourself with.
And your
I'm gonna say,
spouse. What do you say about your spouse? How important is your spouse to your success?
oh, your spouse is very important to your success. And listen, if you're trying to find success and you're not getting your spouse on the same page and you love your spouse, you go figure it out, prove to them you can do it, they're gonna get on the same page.
Love that,
But
man.
bottom line is you gotta flip your circles. Just like life, you gotta flip your circles. You gotta be climbing. You want to be in bigger circles. You want to be in better rooms. And everybody's like, well, how do I do that? Go to an entrepreneur event. Go to a real estate investing event. Go to an investor meetup. Go meet like-minded people.
Yeah.
People say, oh, I don't know where to meet people. I'm like, you want to meet entrepreneurs, A-type personalities, people excited about life that want to share and teach you. Go to an investor meetup.
Yeah, and one thing too, you got to just take action and do stuff that to step outside of your comfort zone. Message people on Instagram, do different things, go to events, pay for stuff to get into rooms, pay for coaches, pay for mentors, surround yourself in an environment, and that's how we can meet new people. You're never going to meet somebody just being in your bubble. You got to take that step outside of your comfort zone, but that's how you grow.
That's
You
it.
know. So, well, hey, guys, that's all we got for today. Tarek, man, thanks for all your insights, valuable information. Love to see where you're at and stuff now. And thank you for everything you do for everyone. And life gets better when you do 1% better every single day.